Welcome, one and all, to, that's right, the earnings reports to watch for the week of November 30th. I hope everyone's excited for this. Last week, kind of a dud, you know, mostly because, well, let's be honest, short market days. Friday was a short day, Thursday completely closed because Thanksgiving. We get it, alright? It makes plenty of sense why last week was a dud for earnings, but we have some more that have been rescheduled for this week that are pretty good. So let's go right on into it, starting Monday before open with Organogram, Auto Home Inc., NJR, Adient, J FinTech, okay, AIH, Golar LNG, and CanFight. Don't have a lot to give as far as those are concerned. No major insight for those, unfortunately. But we move on to after close, and I have one of my two focus stocks, and obviously you're not going to be able to doubt what my focus stocks are here. I mean, come on now. We know Zoom is one of the focus stocks for many reasons. This is a stock that has absolutely gone legitimately to the moon. When they say to the moon, Zoom has gone to the moon. They've zoomed to the moon. What are they expecting as far as earnings? Expected a 76 cents EPS number compared to a 9 cents a year ago, which is really massive growth there. But the main point for this company and what's going to keep the stock in an upward trend or not is going to be right here. Earnings, revenue estimates. They're estimated $693 million, which is a growth of 316% year over year. Are you kidding me? They did 166 million last year. They're expected 693 this year. That's incredible. Next year expected to grow that to 700, or next quarter expected to grow that to 730 million. Full year expected to grow 287%. That is incredible. So this is going to be the largest comp quarter apparently, supposedly, if you're comparing year over year. And I don't know necessarily whether or not that's 100% going to be the case. It's hard to say. I do need to point this out for Zoom. Video conferencing isn't going away regardless. If we have a vaccine or not, video conferencing is not going away. There's a vast majority of businesses that have discovered, Zoom through this. And frankly, they found it as a more efficient method than doing in-person meetings. So Zoom is a better way to get to everyone you need to get to. And it's going to be a way of life in the future. So Zoom meetings are going to be staying. A lot of companies are going to be using it still, so just keep that in mind. Zoom isn't going away. So I do think the estimates for growth obviously are really good. And again, 316% increase. I don't know if they're going to hit that number. It's so hard to say, honestly. But I know for a fact the use is up significantly. So just keep that considered when you're looking at this. But again, if they hit that revenue number or not is really what's going to be important for the stock price. After them, we have MCore. I don't know. Don't know that one. All these Chinese companies, I don't know them. I'm sorry. Arco after them. And then Tuesday before open, we've got Momo. How about that? Scotiabank. Don't know if you're interested in these financials, but we got Scotiabank and BMO here. If you like some financials, there's a couple this week, so hopefully you're interested in that. And Golub Capital. How about that for you? After close, we have another one of my focus stocks. Yeah, it's here. It's here in Salesforce. Salesforce expected 75 cents EPS versus 75 cents a year ago. But again, the factor here that we like to talk about is going to be the revenue line. Expected 5.25 billion versus 4.51 billion of a year ago. Expected a 16% growth, 16.3%. Now, I got to be honest, full year they expected 21% growth. I think they beat on this quarter. I think they'll post closer to an 18 to 20% growth in terms of sales. I still think this is a quarter in which online sales have just still taken a massive growth, and Salesforce benefits from that. More customers for them, I can guarantee it. So I do think overall, since e-commerce also isn't going anywhere, Salesforce is a company that's here to stay as far as growth is concerned. E-commerce is not going anywhere. Companies are going to use Salesforce for their e-commerce for a good portion of it. So definitely keep that in mind. So another focus stock in Salesforce. Boom. Then we have At Home. Very interesting stock too. One I used to trade, and I held it twice and sold it twice. Pretty interesting stuff there, but mostly because of just the strange volatility. This year, it's made a lot of people probably really happy if you bought it at its lows of lows. And some might have, I don't know. But if you did, good for you. But right now, it's sitting at some high levels. So there's a lot of expectations for them. Home Improvements had a really good year, so I don't know necessarily if it's going to keep rising. I think it'll probably go down from this quarter. I don't think they'll hit what they're expected because the expectations are a little bit high as far as the market's concerned, but who knows? Who knows? Then we have Dropbox. Good stuff for them. Really good company. We have Hewlett Packard Enterprises after them. I'd compare their numbers similar to HP, what they put up, which is it's nothing significant. A little bit of a decrease year over year. I mean, come on now. Not an exciting company. We have Viva, NetApp, Trip.com. Probably going to see some horrible numbers by Trip.com, I'll tell you that. People are starting to take more trips, I will say that, but still dismal numbers. Over 30% of their business completely gone. It's going to be rough. Rena Sola and Lufax, as well as Root. And before Open Wednesday, another Canadian bank and Royal Bank of Canada. And we have Patterson Company. After close, we've got CrowdStrike, I should say. CrowdStrike, really interesting company. Always one that I look at the earnings of because, well, they do a lot of good business. They do a good job. CrowdStrike's a really good job as far as what they do. Still, this is the environment for them that they'll benefit. So I think they're going to post a good quarter again. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Then we have Splunk, another company really, really good for the current environment and will continue to benefit with just a lot of online search and e-commerce going on. Splunk sees a lot of benefit from this and their partnerships with companies, so I think they'll do a good job. And I think they'll post another pretty good earnings report. Yeah, no doubt about it. Then we have Zscaler, Okta. Then Five Below. I did want to comment on Five Below because you've seen with Dollar Tree how really there's been big benefits for these dollar stores. And Five Below, I get it, it's a $5 store. $5 store, it's not a dollar store. You shut up with that, okay? It's a dollar store. And honestly, they do a darn good job. Five Below does a darn good job. And I think they're going to post really good numbers, like the dollar stores are, because they're seeing a lot of people going into their stores. People are just buying everything in general. It's crazy. It is really crazy. People are just going nutso and buying everything. So, really cool stuff. Snowflake, one of the newest investments out there, actually, newest holdings that you can invest in. A lot of people put a lot of money in Snowflake. Even a certain Mr. Warren Buffett, he didn't necessarily put the money in, but he doesn't really put his money in anything anymore. It's really the people who invest for him. But they invested quite heavily in Snowflake. Really interesting as far as this tech company is concerned. I'll put them in the same category as an Elastic too, right next to them. Both of these really set well for a very good quarter because they're still in a perfect environment for them, and I think it will be in the future. So this is just really the pandemic that helps these companies take off into a future growth. So definitely exciting stuff if you're invested in those companies. Then Synopsys, Sportsman Warehouse, and Descartes. Really, it's Descartes, if we're pronouncing it properly. But do you think it's pronounced Descartes? Don't know. Thursday before open, we have another dollar stores you might mention. Dollar General. Probably really good numbers coming from Dollar General. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Just going to throw it out there. We've got Kroger. I think Kroger really does put up good numbers. These grocery stores have been putting up really good numbers, and I think Kroger will continue the trend. Michaels, not much to expect there. I mean, they benefit from the crafts sector. People are buying a lot of crafts, arts and crafts materials, but overall, don't expect good stuff from Michaels because of the lack of e-commerce diversification. TD Bank, what a shocker. Canadian Bank, they're all reporting earnings, baby. Duluth Trading, haven't gotten me my underwear from there, Heard it's really good underwear. The commercials always say it's really good underwear. Bare naked, baby. I don't like being naked, though, so I like being clothed. I feel like it's more civil. Signet, Build-A-Bear, Express, Cracker Barrel. Still haven't tried that new fried chicken, okay? I still haven't tried it because I don't eat out at restaurants. I've never eaten at Cracker Barrel. Don't shame me. I've never eaten at Cracker Barrel in my life. Maybe I will at some point. And Methode. Thursday, after close, you have DocuSign. Again, good environment for this company. They're going to be doing good numbers. Not significant blowout numbers, but just consistently good numbers for DocuSign, and I think they will in the future as well. As more companies turn to digital signatures. You've got Marvell. Cloudera is expected to report some earnings here. Obviously a holding of mine, so I'm excited. Really hoping for good numbers to keep the stock, back going up again. Don't know what to say on it, though. Smith & Wesson. Not the Wesson canola oil, but this is the firearms manufacturer, which honestly I think puts up a really good quarter. People are buying a lot of guns right now. A lot of guns. And they have been over this entire year. So Smith & Wesson probably has a really good quarter. Ulta Beauty, still going to see some decline in terms of sales, probably closer to 15% decline for the quarter. But they're on their way up. The recovery's been pretty steep. Zuora, Ollie's Outlet, Domo, Paper Duty, and SAIC. Then Friday before open, we've got Big Lots. Put them in the category of a dollar store, really. Tiny little, Big Lots. It's surprising it exists, but I bet they put up surprisingly decent sales somehow. Genesco and Huazhu. That's it for this week, and I really hope you enjoyed, and you have a great day.